I'm Professor Jessica Ringrose, and I work at the UCL Institute of Education in London. I teach in sociology of gender and education. I have a forthcoming book, which is Digital Feminist Activism, Girls and Women Fight Back Against Rape Culture. And part of what we were looking at in that book is how girls and young women are particularly struggling against dress codes and uniform codes as kind of like a really central linchpin issue in terms of thinking about how sexism operates in school. So it really has become like a kind of touchstone issue. So for example, we looked at the movement that started in Canada around Crop Top Day. So it became hashtag Crop Top Day, where Alexi Halkett was called out by her principal, for having inappropriate attire because she was wearing a crop top, and she took to social media and sort of called upon other young women to start resisting this practice and to, think about why, what is it about the teen girl's body that is sexualized independent of the clothing, really? So there's a deeper issue than the clothes, and I think that's what the girls were trying to tackle and to get to, stop sexualizing my body, you're sexualizing me. So the fact that girls are poking holes in this and critiquing it, I think it's really a radical shift, and I think it's spreading, and it ties so strongly into what we're seeing about the Me Too movement and women just saying enough is enough, time's up. These practices of victim blaming around sexual violence and harassment, they have to stop. And another really interesting thing, though, is that even though online space was viewed to be unsafe or unsavory or conflict-ridden, in many ways it was still viewed to be safer than doing and performing and engaging with feminism offline, which was really quite difficult for a lot of young feminists in particular to kind of hold that identity as a feminist in their schooling environment or with their family or with their friends if they did not share those beliefs. So that even though that they could encounter some of these conflicts online, the support and the connectivity and the linking up with people was so important to them. Girls were saying things like, feminism saved my life. I have hope because I know these feminists are online, even if nobody else in my entire school believes in these things. Really powerful statements that are a kind of a testimony to the fact that they are finding these lifelines. We are having these incredibly powerful discussions. A lot of people are joining together. We've got collective voices. People are connecting, and people are using digital platforms as a form of resistance.